Hello, my name is Griselda López Maldonado, and I am assistant professor at the Universitat Politécnica de Valencia. In this video, we are going to explain which is the cause of road accident. At the end, you should be able to identify which are the main contributing factors involved in the accidents. Then, some years ago, it was assumed that road users were the only causes for road accidents. In the end, in most cases, accidents were caused by overspeeding, lack of attention, and other behavior attributed to drivers. In this case, accidents will be distributed uniformly across the road network, as you can see in this picture. In that case, road engineers would have nothing to do in terms of road safety. As an example, it would not make a difference placing a 200 meters or 50 meters radius curve after a long tangent about 1 kilometer. However, a more real representation of crashes is this: crashes being randomly distributed. We can observe that there are some areas in which accidents are more concentrated. These areas are bridges, tunnels, or horizontal cars. Does this mean that road crashes are due to the infrastructure? The answer is not necessarily. Accidents are not normally due to a single cause, but to a combination of several. The different causes can be grouped into 5, the so-called crash contributing factors: human, infrastructure, vehicle, traffic, and environment. However, not all these factors have the same relevance on road crashes. 3 of the above-mentioned factors are more likely to be behind road crashes. They are human, infrastructure, and vehicle factors. Some research have aimed at depicting their influence on road crashes, obtaining the distribution that you can see in this diagram. Look, what factor does the color red represent? And the color green? And the blue one? The most important is the human factor, followed by the infrastructure one. Now, what is the most important interaction among crash contributing factors? The most important interaction among crash contributing factors is the human factor with the infrastructure factor, representing 26% on the occurrence of crashes. Determining whether a contributing factors have had an effect on a road crash may be so tricky. Let's see an example. In an accident caused by a wheel blowout, which is the factor involved? One could think that the vehicle factor could be the only factor behind the accident. However, the following question might arise. Was the blowout due to a poor maintenance of the vehicle? Then the human factor may have an effect. Or maybe it was due to a poor maintenance of the roof. Then the infrastructure factor is involved. Now we are going to see a video and we will try to answer different questions related to the contributing factors involved. Look the video. Which contributing factors can you see in this near crash? Could the infrastructure be assumed to be a contributing factor? Could the traffic be a contributing factor? Regarding the first question about contributing factors, the most evident is human factor. However, the infrastructure may have played a role as well as the traffic one. Could the infrastructure be assumed to be a contributing factor? Road marking indicated that passing is allowed. Therefore, the answer is depending of the actual size distance. If this distance is not enough, road markings are not correct, so it is a contributing factor. If the side distance is the correct one, then probably the second overtaking driver may have initiated the maneuver without answering the opposing traffic. Finally, the question related to traffic, we can assume that traffic is a contributing factor, because if the route presented more traffic, probably the second passing vehicle would not have tried the maneuver. Now we know which are the contributing factors in a road accident, and the relative importance and how to identify which factors are involved in the accident.